more and more customers are now becoming safety conscious. There was a time when Uberization, that's why I brought up Uberization earlier, that, people wanted to use ride sharing, but now, they are looking to equip themselves a car. So, from the safety standpoint, but not only do they want to equip now, they are more aware of factors like, a 5-star rated car versus a 4-star rated car, and, giving more safety, because, this pandemic kind of, twisted everybody's head. Everything was, okay in the past, but now, people have, felt that, that life is more important, health is more important, and therefore there is a lot of focus for safety. And there is also, a desire now to move towards comfort. There was a basic minimalistic requirement earlier of, a basic car, but now, people are also looking for comfort. So those are the two big, mega drivers that we are seeing. Of course, the sustainability aspect is another, which Girish talked about from the electrification standpoint, which, I think, the inflection point has not yet kicked off here in India, but it will be in the next couple of drivers are the safety and the comfort level that everybody is looking for, and that has got a significant drive towards the requirements in the market. That also helps, companies like us, who play in that space of, enhancing the safety and the comfort level from acoustic perspective and structural perspective. Yeah. The challenges that we would see is the cost. My top colleague here, Girish, mentioned about it, supply chain and cost. I think that is the key focus. That's is something that is not going to go away. These kind of disruptions will continue to come. So the game plan is, how do you stay course with your strategy and make sure that, you're focusing on the execution, making sure, what you want to do. Price increases, as Girish mentioned. I think all of that needs to be done, even engaging the salespeople, engaging together with the purchasing supply chain people are essential these days.
How do we depict a sound behavior? And when I say sound behavior, this is in the context of responding to the customer needs with agility and in the manner that customer is also able to move forward. Because this is where the challenge would lie. And to overcome this, I personally believe all organizations need to start to do breathe. All they have to do is breathe, where B would stand for looking at the beliefs, where each associate that we are working with today, they need to start introspecting and even taking out some of the disempowering beliefs that, okay, this cannot happen virtually, or this cannot happen, that cannot happen part. We need to sit together, figure out the limitations, turn those disempowering beliefs to empowering beliefs. Look at R, the breathe ka R, where real-time data is really required. Whether these are in forms of dashboards to really enable decision-making. E would be on eliminating the processes, because typically processes were created in all organizations to cater to the standard 80% processes. But today in the VUCA world, we need to eliminate processes to enable faster decision-making. A would be accepting the new normal and also setting very strong context for the teams, because no processes, strong context still helps to move forward. T would be on creating cross-functional teams. H would be on home of scenarios. Unless and until we are not creating multiple scenarios, it will be very difficult to navigate even 2022. And last but not the least would be empowering those individuals and cross-functional teams. So if organization starts breathe, they were bound to succeed to a large extent.
People have started gathering and looking at information very differently, right? And, we had already started working on the omni-channel model from 2017. And that is going to become more and more pronounced, with the disruptions that are hitting us. So today we have a situation where people are they have information. The customer would typically look more and more for the information on internet, right, and the digital world. But there still needs to be a physical interaction, or maybe a couple of physical interactions, in terms of there might be certain products which the customer would finally like to touch and feel before he buys, right? And then, of course, there is this entire question of supply chain, which Varun was talking about. So how do you seamlessly work, with your interaction platforms with the customer? So the physical and the digital, as Varun was saying, they have to coexist and operate seamlessly.